President Biden is giving away the know-how to produce reliable vaccines. He's going to give away the knowledge we paid for. Humanitarian? Rich, powerful America helping the rest of the world in its time of need? Dead wrong. It is an empty and dangerous gesture. For a start, it'll take months, if not years, for other countries to build reliable vaccine production facilities. There'll be no sudden jump in vaccine production. Giving away the patents will not help India with its current crisis. Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, they're going to produce 7 billion doses this year, with more coming from J&J. That's enough to inoculate the planet. And when they've got the knowledge, India and China will just turn around and make a profit out of American taxpayers' multi-billion-dollar investment. They got the knowledge for free, and now they'll profit from it. Oh, they must be laughing in Beijing. Who will guarantee quality? Other countries don't have the same production safeguards. Contamination would ruin public confidence. Who will invest in pharmaceutical innovation if it can all be just given away? That's what Biden's doing, giving away an American triumph, giving away the secrets of America's biotechnology supremacy and getting nothing in return. The left is behind this. Senator Warren, Bernie, AOC, they're sending us all on a guilt trip. We're bad if we don't share. I'll end with this from the Wall Street Journal's editorial board. Quote, "This may be the single worst presidential economic decision since Nixon's wage and price controls." End quote. Strong stuff. And in my opinion, dead right. The second hour of Varney Co is about to begin. Tammy Bruce is with us this Friday morning, and I hope listening to my take there. Tammy, I think this is just virtue signaling on a grand scale.
It's that, and you're absolutely right with your monologue, but it's more than that as well. It is, I believe, an effort to really make sure that America does not do well as a result of this vaccine. Keep in mind that the only country that is really ready to start churning out generics is China. And don't forget, at the beginning of the pandemic, we got a lot of PPE from China, which was no good. It was a disaster. These were masks that would not work, were not up to the snuff, were not the coverings for our medical workers were not good enough. And this is now what the world is going to face, whether it's Haiti or the African continent or any other entity, any other country that is reliant on another country will be swamped with counterfeit vaccines, will be swamped with whatever China throws together, whatever garbage the Chinese Communist Party decides that it wants to profit from, will be thrown into the world, as you've said, creating a complete lack of confidence in the nature of pharmacies and everything else. So this is our issue. In addition to the fact that American taxpayers funded this in large part, clearly, with Operation Warp Speed. And why would a pharmaceutical company move on issues like an Alzheimer's cure or cures for cancer if they feel that it's going to be lifted from them and thrown out into the world? Because the issue about wanting to create magical cures is because you will get a profit, and then that money, Stuart, goes back into the system to create more products. Now, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer are going to lose that reinvestment funding for other cures that they're looking for. China is not going to do it. They're incapable of doing it. This is, I think, malevolent. It is to make sure that doesn't happen. And you know why, in part? Because Trump made it happen in the first place. So they want to just throw it out, condemning millions of people around the world, condemning them.
You got it. You got it. That's an element I missed from my monologue, but you're quite right to include it. It's right there. I want you to listen to what White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki had to say about President Biden taking impromptu questions from reporters. Watch this.
That is not something we recommend. In fact, a lot of times we say don't take questions, but he's going to do what he wants to do because he's the president of the United States.
What happened to transparency? Tammy, tell me.
All of that from the beginning to now and to the end, because he's got 3 more years to set the country on fire, is that all of it was a fraud. Ranging from him being a moderate to working with the Republicans, that's what the American people apparently voted for. That was a fraud. Saying that he was going to, make the difference with the coronavirus, and now we've got him throwing out the vaccines and creating that issue. All of this has been a fraud. They don't care how they get into power. They will say whatever they need to say. We saw it with Obamacare. They will say what they need to say, and as Jonathan Gruber said at the time, one of the architects of Obamacare, they relied on the stupidity of the American voter. It is a level of contempt that is obscene. The American people must continue to reject it and demand, and the press at some point, there are a few out there who demand to be able to ask questions and to get some answers. But my goodness, we sure are learning a lot, Stuart, about the media, about how far they've fallen, and about what the Democrats are capable of doing.
Tammy Bruce, I hope I never cross you. Welcome back. Good to see you again.
You
and
never
we will see
will.
you again next week.
Thank you.
Watch out.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Tammy. See you soon. All right. Check the markets. New high for the Dow Industrial.